4. YouTube. Alert. Welcome to App Library. A new home for all your apps. OK. Button. App Library. Search field. YouTube. YouTube. 756 new items. Double tap. Netflix. Home Quest. Double tap to open. Life Simulator. Galactic Colonies. Untold. Double tap to open. Use 3D touch to show home. Untold. Untold RPG.
Hello. Welcome to New Def Gaming. My name is Michael Gray. I sometimes am referred to as NDG, which means New Daily Good. Thank you again for always supporting me in everything that I do. Thank you for being part of the process and supporting games for those who are blind, some referred to as visually impaired or disabled, and also every other category that we're supporting people when it comes to accessibility to games. My channel used to be about games that were visually appealing to me, but I lost my sight 4 years ago, and it changed everything. I was always a blind person, but I was a blind person that didn't have the positivity. So I've started to gain that. And through the games that I play here in this channel, I'm able to exude more blind positivity. A game I've found that is really quenching my appetite for the old reminiscent Final Fantasy style games, the quiet RPGs that you play late night with a cup of coffee or tea, that are addicting and wonderful and compelling with great story and beautiful sound. Well, I found a game like that. It's called Untold. Though there are so many games I want to show you, I wanted to start with this game because the music is so hauntingly beautiful. If you can listen for a second, despite the sounds of my voiceover, you can hear this beautiful piece of music played. It's wonderful. Untold is your classic RPG, and I played it through for about a good hour. I loved every bit of it. It is fully accessible. So I highly recommend everyone to support this. And if you are a blind gamer and an RPG lover, you definitely want to 100% support this developer. And that's my recommendation, so they can continue to create great games like this. I mean, that's really the only thing I need to do to be happy, is have the people in my life I love and have the games in my life I love to play. Anyway, I thought we'd talk about some of the controls a bit. I'm still new to this game, so I don't promise there won't be any snafus. And I've just recently upgraded to iOS 14. I love you, Apple, but iOS 14 is quite difficult to adjust to. But I still know what you're trying to do. Love you anyway. Because you're really one of the few companies in the world that are making things accessible for the blind. And I appreciate that. You have no idea how much you've helped me maintain the ability to play the things that I love and to use my smart devices. Well, again, so sorry for such a long break. I was really preoccupied. Life has gotten to be quite different for all of us. Living in COVID-19, it's a different world. We're so close, yet so far away. And I've developed some real friendships with people I care about and love, and it's been amazing. But it would have never happened, I guess, if we didn't have COVID-19. So in a way, unfortunately, though we've lost so many so many of us have come together to support each other. And so, with my mind set on this beautiful game, let's get started.
New game button.
So there's a new game option. I'm going to click that.
Load game button.
I also have a load game. I don't know yet whether or not it saves multiple load slots. That would be great if more games did that. A lot of accessible games don't tend to have multiple load slots, but there are several that I plan on playing for you that do.
Toggle music currently on.
And then they have a toggle music. This is a great option. Like if you don't want the sound, which I would find very unusual. The sound in this game is absolutely beautiful. But if you didn't want the sound, you can quickly toggle it on or off. That's great.
Load game button. Toggle Discord.
And there's a Discord connection. I am not an expert on Discord. I would be very lost. But I'm supposing that's really good.
Twitter.
It's got Twitter. Facebook connections.
1, 3, 5. Bullet.
I don't know what the rest of that stuff is. But go ahead and peek through those menus when you download the game.
1. Twitter. Discord. Toggle music. Current. Load game. New game button.
Let's go ahead and start a new game. And what I will do is I'll either have it reading twice, like I'll have it read it, and I might discuss the options. And I will also creatively describe some of the scenes. I will also let you know that occasionally during the editing process, sometimes I add a little extra sound because I get into the mood to do my own collaborative storytelling with sound effects and music and sounds. I also tend to describe more than what you will possibly see if you have any ability to see what's on the screen. It's for you to enjoy. It's what I see in my mind. It's my visualization internally.
Continue. Untold RPG. Untold RPG. Continue. Untold RPG. Continue. New game button.
Okay, new game.
New game. Alert. Warning.
All right, so
Starting a new game will remove your latest autosave slot. Are you sure you want to continue?
So it's going to get rid of my autosave slot.
Cancel. Button. Continue. Button. Continue. Button.
I'm going to go ahead and say continue.
Watch the shore. You have only vague recollections of what happened. The past seems unimportant now. Shivering. You watch the bodies float among the debris. No ships can be seen on the horizon.
So you start off shipwrecking on a shore. And
watch the shore. You have only vague recollections of what happened. The past seems unimportant now. Shivering. You watch the bodies float among the debris. No ships can be seen on the horizon.
You hear voiceover talking. And the only thing I can say is that that's a good thing. And you're going to have to learn the menus. Now, it's a pretty complex menu system. But it's going to be very necessary in order for you to really kind of utilize all the great aspects of this game.
Explore the beach. Button.
So this is your main part or kiosk where you're going to do your controls. It's going to be in the center of your screen. You can put your finger there.
Watch the shore. You have only vague recollections of what happened. The past seems unimportant now. Shivering. You watch the bodies float among the debris.
Of course,
Previous.
it's got all the usual controls. Like I just use
Watch the shore. You have only vague recollections of what happened. The past seems unimportant now.
two
Shivering.
finger single tap stops the voiceover from continuing to speak. So that's a helpful thing that you can do. So great job putting that in there. So there are a lot of games that you can't stop voiceover during the playback.
Watch the shore. You have only explore the beach. Button.
So you have an option to explore. Well, I have an option to explore the beach.
Character tab.
And then I have a character tab. So this is where we start getting into what my character can do. And it's great. There's so many things to do.
Inventory tab.
There's an inventory tab. That's where you're typically going to get items. And of course, that's self-explanatory.
Quest tab.
The quest tab is great because you have all these quests and they're really laid out well. So you have things you need to do to complete the quest. And so they just start piling up, which is what I like. I love quests. Like throw 1,000 of them on top of me.
Notifications. 0. Dim.
Notifications are a little bit more like your status. Like they tell you things like you had something you found, or maybe you discovered something, or there's some information we need to teach you. So they've really got a great layout here. So I'm going to just go ahead and get started and
Character tab. Explore the beach. Button.
let's go ahead and explore the beach.
Explore the beach. There is nothing here but sand and gravel, or so it may seem. You feel a painful sensation in your left foot, causing you to take a step backwards. Glimmering in the sun, a sharp object is revealed.
All right. So I found something, an owl. Why would somebody leave something sharp in the sand? That's not good. I stepped on something that's not ideal, but at least I found something, which looks like maybe treasure.
Examine the object. Button. There is nothing here but sand and gravel, or so it may seem. You feel a painful sensation in your left foot, causing you to take a step backwards. Glimmering in the sun, a sharp object is revealed. Examine the object. Button. Character tab.
Okay, so you want to always check. You sometimes have several options. What I've done when my first little quick playthrough was, what I found more helpful was examine absolutely everything. So get your Sherlock Holmes hat on, your pipe if you do that, and for me a little small glass of cognac and or some wine, and then just get some hot tea, and just start exploring each option. Take your time because there's no timing on these parts of the game of Untold so far, so that's good. I love taking my time.
Inventory tab. Character tab. Examine the object. Button.
Okay.
Examine the object.
And I'm double tapping is what
At first,
you
you
hear
are
me
unable to make
doing.
sense of it. You pick it up to get a closer look. It's a large, oval-shaped silver brooch, the kind that people use to fasten their cloaks. Something about the unusual design seems familiar.
Okay, and I hope my voiceover sounds okay. So it's a silver brooch. A brooch! I think it's called a brooch. See, I have Samantha, so Samantha pronounces... It's a brooch, but Samantha pronounces the brooch. And the voice you hear in the background is the beloved Sweetie Belle. So just listening. She will occasionally comment throughout my playthrough of this game. She's my fiance, and she's my partner, and she's my everything, and she's always around. So I don't mind if she steps in to say or clarify something or jump in and everything. So we're teams. We are teams.
Previous. There is nothing here but sand and gravel, or so it may seem.
Okay.
At first, you are unable to make sense of it. You pick it up to get a closer look. It's a large, oval-shaped silver brooch, the kind that people use to fasten their cloaks. Something about the unusual design seems familiar.
Okay, so I know this thing. I know this object. Now, I don't know where I know it from. If it's something that's fallen off of me, it's used to enclose my cloak, that I'm assuming perhaps I was wealthy at one point, which doesn't matter, but could be important if I've gotten away from that life. That's not me. I don't need to be wealthy. I like being myself. I like being free of all the constraints of wealth and all that kind of stuff. Yes, I've walked away from something, a life, something to that effect.
Try to remember. Button.
Okay, let's see if I can remember.
Try to remember. A voice echoes in your mind. It's a stingray, sculpted in the center. The exotic sea creature evokes memories of turmoil and suffering. There was a ship. A caravel was approaching. The stingray was emblazoned across the dark sails. Strangely, your memories seem garbled and distant.
Something. So, if I get the story here, I've lost my memory. That's unfortunate. That could make this rather complicated.
Put the silver brooch in your pocket. Button. Character tab. Put the silver brooch
I'm
in your
going to
pocket.
go ahead
Button.
and put that in my pocket.
Put the silver brooch in your pocket.
All right, so
You
you
hide the
heard
silver
a
brooch in the
little...
folds of your tattered rags. Tears come to your eyes. You're overwhelmed by feelings of relief, gratitude, and confusion. Merely moving the symbol out of sight produced such an intense emotional reaction. How could it be? What could these people possibly have done to you?
Okay, so what I should have done is reduce the speed of the voiceover a little bit. I'm going to see if I can do that.
Headings. Containers. Volume. Speaking rate. 80%. 70. 55%. 60%. 55%.
Let's try 55%, see how that works.
Volume.
All right, so what my voiceover is on 85%. So you might have even understood anything that I was letting voiceover read before. So my apologies for that. I've reduced voiceover to a more reasonable speed. So I've put something in my pocket. So when you put something in your pocket unusual, you get this ting-a-ling-a-ling sound, which means you pick something up, which I really like. So, and then if it has some other tags that you need to understand about it, you'll start finding them in your inventory. And you're going to find your inventory at the bottom. Just move your finger gently from the left to the right or the right to the left, and you'll start pulling up your character tabs. You'll pull up your quests. You'll pull up your, what do we call your notifications? So,
Continue exploring the beach. Button.
So I can continue exploring the beach. Now that sounds a little slow with voiceover, but at least you could understand what's going on. I'm almost thinking I should speed it up a tiny bit.
Character tab.
All right, so that's character tab.
Inventory tab. Has update or unread item.
Oh, see, now that's what I wanted you to hear. When it says update item, what that means is that when something goes into a tab, which they automatically take care of for you because this is awesome. Unlike like Dungeons and Dragons, you have to go pick it all up, but you have to tell the DM what you're doing. Well, it's a little, it's kind of nice to have everything done for you, and that's the beauty of role-playing games. They do it all for you, so they put it automatically where it needs to go. So we know that it's in my inventory.
Quests tab has update or unread item,
and I have another has update or on an item I haven't looked at. So as you can see, every time you get something, it's going to go into these categories, and then your job is to go ahead and look through those items and see what they do.
Notifications 3.
And
Button.
now I have 3 notifications. Again, after this recording, if the voice sounds reasonable, I'll let it do most of the talking. When I let it read its menus.
Character tab. Inventory tab
Let's go
has
ahead and
update
look
or
at the
unread
inventory.
item. Inventory tab has empty. Weapon 0. Expanded.
Okay. Now this one has this weird kind of, not weird, that's not the correct word. It has this more advanced way of looking at when you have equipment. It's either going to do the expand or collapse method. And that works for this game. But you do have to kind of learn it, and you do have to kind of figure out how to equip things. So it's very simple. It's completely accessible, fully accessible. It's just that you're going to have to double tap and then make sure that an item that you want is equipped, or that you've done what you need to do with it. So that's going to take a tiny bit of practice.
Armor 0. Collapsed.
And here's another thing. So I have no armor. And like I said, I can uncollapse that if I like.
Food 0. Collapsed.
And food is important. By the way, food is what's going to heal you from injuries.
Medicine 0. Collapsed.
I haven't got any medicine yet. I haven't played long enough through.
Tool 0. Collapsed.
Now, I did get a tool. They seem to be very important.
Treasure 1. 1 new.
Okay,
Collapsed.
let's go look at my treasure.
Treasure 1. 1. Silver brooch new.
All right, so it gives it the new tag, which is good. So that tells you when you've gotten something, and that's going to be very useful for us.
Weapon 0. Collapsed.
All right.
Armor 0. Food 0. Medicine 0. Tool 0. Treasure 1. 1 new. Expanded.
All right, so it's expanded. So
Silver brooch new. Weapon 0. Silver brooch new.
okay, so when they expand, you're going to touch the screen, and then you're going to feel around, and where it's going to be is, like I said, I'll find the ultimately most efficient way to locate these items. But this is still new to me, so.
Silver brooch new.
And we've already looked at it, but I'm going to
Silver
double tap.
brooch. A large silver brooch, setting a sculpted stingray, encapsulated by a wreath of amethysts. The mere sight of this object fills you with dread and disgust.
So, looks like we'll get most of the flavor text of whenever we do something or interact with an item, we'll get the majority of the flavor text inside of our inventory, which is great. Our treasures will speak to us. So that will mean that we can relive everything so that we can put together the story. So that's good. So we've gone through all this, so we can go ahead and exit out of this.
Close inventory tab. Inventory tab. Quests tab has up notifications 3 button.
Let's go ahead and click the notifications.
Health -1. Gained silver brooch. Initiated quest the stingray. Notifications 0. Dim
Okay.
button.
So as you can see, I lost 1 health by stepping on my own brooch. And then it also told me I got the silver brooch. Or brooch. And it also started some kind of quest. So that's what's so good about the notifications. It's kind of like a log of everything that's occurred.
You hide the silver brooch within the folds of your tattered rags. Tears come to your eyes. You're overwhelmed by feelings of relief, gratitude, and confusion. Merely moving the symbol out of sight produced such an intense emotional reaction. How could it be? What could these people possibly have done to you?
I don't know what they've done to me, but I am going to find out.
Continue exploring the beach. Character tab. Continue
Let's go ahead
exploring
and
the beach.
continue exploring.
Button. Continue exploring the beach. You discover footprints in the sand, leading north. It's late in the afternoon. If there's another survivor out there, you should find this person before it gets dark.
I'd like to know why I was left on the beach by myself. It doesn't bode very well. I don't have any friends around. Why would they just leave me laying face down on the beach? Maybe there's a reason they're running from me.
Study the footprints. Button. Follow the footprints.
So
Button.
I have multiple choices. I can study the footprints, follow the footprints,
Explore the Western Plains.
or I can
Button.
explore the Western Plains. So there's a lot to do here.
Character tab. Follow the footprints. Study the footprints.
Let's go ahead and study
Button.
the footprints.
Study the footprints. They are somewhat small and delicate. You arrive at the conclusion that they were made by a person below average height, walking barefoot.
A woman? So, small and delicate, or a man with small and delicate feet? Could be either one.
Follow the footprints. Button. Explore the Western. Follow the footprints.
Let's go ahead and
Button.
follow.
Follow the footprints. Something near the water has caught your attention, prompting you to take a quick look. Closer scrutiny reveals a rusty knife. While hardly ideal, it's better than nothing.
I've always said that it's better than nothing. Let's go ahead and get this rusty knife. We could use that.
Take the knife and move on. Button. Leave it alone. Take the
Let's
knife
go
and
ahead
move
and
on.
take the knife.
Button. Take the knife and move on.
Well, of course I'm going to take the knife.
Take a look around. Further north, the beach gives way to a flourishing wetland. You discover a lagoon, surrounded by red pines. At this point, there are no more footprints.
So we've lost track of our mysteriously delicate footprinted person.
Previous, something near the water has caught your attention, prompting you to take a quick look.
So there's
Closer
another
scrutiny reveals a
feature
rusty knife.
that you can
While hardly
swipe
ideal,
back to
it's
your
better
left.
than nothing.
You'll get a little brief reminder of what you previously did. So, but that doesn't mean you can double tap back yet that I know of. So I don't know yet if you can just jump back into a previous scene. I don't think so. But it does give you at least an idea of what you were doing a second ago.
Further north, the beach gives way to a flourishing wet. Take a look around. Button.
Let's go ahead and take a look around.
Take a look around. The lagoon is encircled by reeds, thick like palisades. You find a conspicuous opening near the shallows. Explore the lagoon. Cross the shallows. Button. Explore the lagoon.
Let's go ahead
Button.
and just explore it. Well, first, let's put on that dagger. I think we got a dagger. Now, last time, my RPG sense tingled. And I felt like I should equip this dagger. Now, they don't tell you to, but you should, obviously. There sounds like there could be danger on this island.
Character tab. Inventory tab. Has update or unread item. Close inventory tab. Rusty bread knife. Equip new.
Oh, rusty bread knife. Let's go ahead and equip.
Rusty bread knife. Equip. Despite its intended purpose, this blade will mangle a loaf of bread.
It will mangle a loaf of bread. Such a sense of humor. Very cute. All right, we're going to mangle a loaf of bread, hopefully. I hope we're not mangling anything else, because I don't want to hurt anybody. I just want to rediscover my memories.
Stats. Despite its intended purpose. Rusty bread knife. Gold. 0.
I have 0 gold, so now we know the monetary system is gold.
Rusty bread knife.
All right, let's
Despite its intended stats. Heading.
stats. Okay,
Open help text for item stats.
let's
Button.
go ahead and open help text.
Open help text for item stats.
All right.
Encumbrance. Encumbrance is a measure of how much an equipped item will slow you down in combat. Heavy weapons have a greater impact than armor. Increase your strength to reduce the efficiency penalty.
Okay, so now we have a new dynamic to work with here. So encumbrance. If you've ever played D&D, encumbrance is something that comes to effect when you've exceeded the amount of pounds that you can carry based on your strength. Also in D&D, you can typically carry more if you have certain feats and abilities that allow you to carry more, or if you have a racial type or skill type or class type that can carry more. But normally there's a set number. So it looks like this game has an encumbrance system based on that if you keep picking up stuff, you just keep getting heavier. So we're going to have to be efficient with what we pick up. We're going to perhaps need to pick up things that are good. But for now, as a brand new person to this island, I'm simply going to pick up everything I can get my hands on. I mean, we are going to pick up everything because we have no idea what's good and what's bad. So, and this weapon seems really bad, but we need it in case things go wrong. So so again, encumbrance is going to be our first thing we need to remember.
Uses. The number of times an item can be consumed until depleted.
All right, so that's uses. That's another aspect. So another thing is everything. So uses is like durability. So a lot of games use it. So you can't just go crazy with one item. You need to continue to pick up new items so that they can replace the items that get worn. I'm very fond of these details. Makes me feel more like it's real.
Close. Button. Close. Uses. Encumbrance. Uses. Close.
And
button.
So now you have to close that little menu that pops
Close.
up. So there's a lot
Close
of menus
inventory
within
tab.
menus that you have to navigate a bit here, and that's totally fine.
Unequip. Button.
Okay, so unequip.
Rusty bread knife. Unequip. 1.
Okay, so it's equipped. Sounds like I equipped it. So that's good that you can equip it with the double tap for so single touch, in other words, for those of you who are not using voiceover. For me, I've got a double tap, and that's what makes this game accessible for me, because it allows me to act through voiceover, which has to read to me everything. In case you're unfamiliar with what voiceover is, it's a screen reading software that was designed by Apple, which is one of the things that has allowed people who are blind to be able to play games like this, and also to read documents and do work and use their smart devices. It's an amazing software, and I can't speak more highly of it. It's changed people's lives for the good.
Unequip. Button.
Okay, so I can unequip it.
Rusty bread knife. Equipped.
Okay.
Weapon. 1. Expanded.
Okay, weapon 1 expanded, and I guess I can unexpand it.
Armor. 0.
Or I
Collapse.
can collapse it.
Food. 0. Collapse. Medicine. 0. Close inventory tab.
Okay, let's go
Inventory
ahead and
tab.
close that.
Explore the lagoon. Button.
All right. I don't know if we missed something back there.
The lagoon is encircled. Previous. Further north. The lagoon is encircled. Explore the lagoon. Button. Cross the shallows.
Let's
Explore the lagoon. Button. Explore the lagoon. The lagoon is littered with dead bodies and driftwood.
Oh.
A few crates and barrels are floating around.
Okay.
New arrivals from the shipwrecked caravel, just like you. Time and time again, you tremble at the sight of the stingray, as each container has been marked with the same repulsive symbol.
Okay. So maybe I and all the people who have died here recently, we died because there was we must have run a shallow. Maybe there was a mutiny. Maybe there was a liberation. Who knows? But obviously, I'm repulsed by this symbol, on this silver brooch, and it looks like there are some people who didn't make it. I'm so sorry. Wow. And this is sad. No one's buried their corpses. Unfortunately, I will have to investigate. I'm afraid I don't have good intentions. I'm an adventurer at heart, and I'm a survivor also, so perhaps I need to look in these corpses and find substance for myself, and maybe they're carrying something. So let's go ahead and explore.
Previous. The lagoon. Examine the corpses. Button.
Let's examine them.
Examine the corpses. Far too numerous and bloated beyond recognition.
Oh,
the dead
God.
bodies might as well be left undisturbed.
Oh my God, they're very deteriorated.
Try to salvage something useful. Button.
Let's go ahead and...
Try to salvage something useful. Knee deep in water, you pry open the floating crates, hoping to discover something useful. After a while, You grow weary. Having found a few things worth keeping, you decide to call it quits.
Okay, I found a couple of items. Which is good, because I did need some items. So it looks like I found a couple of things.
Cross the shallows. Button. Map. Button.
And now I have opened, and I knew about this before from my previous short playthrough, is now I have unlocked a map. And this is really useful. So let's go ahead and peek at that.
Cross the map. Button. Map. Area. Nameless island.
So we have a nameless island, but we do know where ship we were on was called the Caravel. So that's interesting. That could come up again in the future, so we're going to tuck that way in our memory. So
Lagoon. Current location. Dimmed.
we're in
Button.
a lagoon. So looks like they say it's the location that you are currently in will be dimmed. So that will let us know that we don't have to, that is the spot we're in. I don't know if this map is going to allow us to move swiftly from location to location.
Beach. Button.
See, there's the beach, so there's a button there, which means we can go back there.
Recenter map.
And then I can recenter map, which I don't know what that means.
Zoom out. Dimmed.
And
Button.
I can zoom out, and that's dimmed. I would not know what that means. So I would assume when we get more territories opened up, we can move from possibly island to island. That's exciting. If we can get everything here. And I'm kind of a bit of a completionist. So I want to really learn everything on this island first. Okay.
Close map.
Let's go
Button.
ahead and close
map.
It's so
Knee
nice
deep
when
in water.
menus are...
You pry open the floating crates, hoping to discover something useful. After a while,
It's so nice when menus are really clean like this.
cross the shallows. Button. Map. Button.
Let's go,
Cross the
go
shallows.
back to the beach.
Button. Map. Button.
I want to make sure we
Map.
got everything there.
Area. Nameless island. Area. Lagoon. Current beach. Button.
I'm going to see if we can go back to the beach.
Beach. Dimmed. Beach.
Yes, and we
The
can,
beach is empty. You
we-
hear the sounds of
we
crying
can
seagulls
go
and
back
rolling
to the
waves.
beach. This is good. So we now have some instant transportation capabilities, and that's going to be very useful.
Explore the western plains. Button.
All right, there's a explore the Western Plains. Now that's why I went back, because I wanted to know if I missed an exploration area, and I did. Let's go ahead and
Map. Button. Explore the western plains.
let's go explore
Button.
that first.
Explore the western plains. Used.
Okay, so this is another thing.
Gaze across the western. You roam the barren grasslands, eventually reaching the western shore. Out here, the winds are merciless.
Okay, so whenever you've done something and you can't do it again, they'll say used, and that's going to be a kind of a tag over that button. So I like that. So I'm not just repeating the same thing over and over again.
Previous. The beach. You roam the barren grasslands. Eventually, gaze across the western sea.
Let's
Button.
go ahead and gaze. Maybe we're thinking of something that happened to us.
Gaze across the western sea. Used. Approaching the rocky shore. You watch the ocean for a while. There are no ships out there. In the far distance, the coastline of another landmass can be discerned along the horizon.
Okay, so that means on the horizon we can eventually maybe get to another island, perhaps. A landmass would suggest that it's a bit ambiguous. They're being a bit vague in the description, so I'm assuming that that's a future goal for us to reach that other landmass, which could mean there are more people, and maybe we can get off this deserted island because there's only corpses here so far. Though there are some delicate footprints in the sand, which means there could be somebody else here, a friend.
Gaze across the western sea. Used. Explore the south. Button.
Let's go ahead and explore.
Map. Button.
Let's explore the
Explore the
south,
south.
see what's there.
Button. Explore the south.
We're just going to jump all over
Many
the place.
decades of neglect have buried the desolate farmlands underneath a layer of forgetfulness, as if to hide the shameful mark of human presence. Devoured by wilderness, foundations crumble and tools rust, tucked away below moss and lichen.
Interesting. So there were farms here, and there are no more. That's not good. There was a community here.
Walk to the southern shore. Button. Walk to the southern shore. Gaze across the southern. There are no signs of life, human or otherwise. You discover an old tool shed near the southern shore.
Oh, okay. There's a tool shed.
Gold. There are no signs of life, human or otherwise. You just gaze across the southern sea. Button.
Let's go ahead and gaze across the southern sea.
Gaze across the southern sea. Whatever lies beyond the southern sea is concealed behind mountainous reefs.
Oh, we can't see that, so that's something we'll have to figure out how to be able to explore later.
Gaze across the southern sea. Used. Check the tool. Button.
Let's go ahead and check the tool.
Check
My
the tool.
voiceover is
Used.
not pronouncing it
You
fully,
find a
so
shovel. It's leaning against the wall inside the shed.
there could be a little error there in the information that's being told to voiceover, or it could be just my voiceovers pronouncing words weird. You know, the way words are punctuated and separated and spaced, all of it helps voiceover pronounce it in a different way. So I write a lot of texts and notes, and depending on how I write a note with a comma or a period or a colon or hyphen, you never know how voiceover is going to pronounce it a little bit different.
Previous. Whatever lies beyond. You find a shovel. It's leaning against the
I've
wall
got a
inside the shed.
shovel. I'm going to, of course, get that. I got that last time, and it was important.
Gaze across the southern sea. You find a shovel. It's leaning against the wall inside the shed.
Okay.
Gaze across the. Check the tool. Used. Button. Take the shovel.
Let's
Button.
go ahead and take the shovel.
Take the shovel.
Good. We got the little.
You grab the
thingy-dink.
shovel in the old shed and step outside.
We got the shovel. That's good.
Gaze across the southern sea. Used.
We've done
Button.
that.
Check the tool. Used. Go back north. Button. Character tab. Go back north.
Let's go ahead and
Button.
go back north.
Go back north. Used. The barren grasslands are quiet. There is no refuge from the cold winds.
So we've done that was a dead end, but that was very good dead end because we got a shovel, which is extremely important. Because I do know that when I was playing a little bit earlier, getting the shovel was important for this one particular task that you use a shovel for.
Gaze across the west. Walk to the southern shore. Used. Map. Button. Character tab. Map.
Okay,
Button.
looks like we've done everything. Let's go to the map.
Map. Area. Nameless island. Western Plains. Current
Western
location.
Plain is
Dim.
my current
Button.
location.
Beach. Button. Lagoon. Button.
Let's go to the...
Beach.
Let's
Button.
check one more time the beach, see if
Beach.
there's anything else
Dim.
there.
Beach. The beach is empty. You hear the sounds of crying seagulls and rolling waves. Gaze across the eastern sea. Button.
Let's gaze here.
Gaze
'cause
across
we
the
haven't
eastern
done
sea.
It would say
A
use
great
if
void
we've
lies
done it.
beyond the mountainous reefs.
A great void. Oh, that's new. I didn't get that the first time I went through. I really only played I played a good hour. I spent most of the time listening to the music. It was so beautiful. So I don't know. We've so far visited 2 cardinal directions. So let's keep going. We still got to get north and south.
Gaze across the eastern sea. Used. Map. Button. Character tab. Map. Button. Map.
Now, as I
Area. Nameless island.
talk about what's going on, my inventory is getting all these tags and notifications, and I'm not going to slow us down by getting into all of those. If I think there's something significant, we'll stop and take a quick peek at it. You can let me know in the comments also if the voiceover, you don't like it. I can alternatively listen and then recant it back as best I can. I'm letting voiceover read it because that's how I listen to it. And I think it's good for everyone to be comfortable with voiceover. I know some people more enjoy listening to a live voice, but I've gotten really used to voiceover. It's just the way I live.
Beach. Current location. Dimmed. Button.
And I like it too.
Lagoon. Button.
Okay, let's go to Lagoon.
Beach. Lagoon. Western Plains. Button. Lagoon. Button.
I think the lagoon
Dimmed.
we
Lagoon.
didn't go far enough there, so let's
The
go.
lagoon has a certain quality of sacred tranquility. Reeds whisper in the spring breeze. Deflected by the scattered pines, the harsh winds travel elsewhere.
Beautiful. Very pretty.
Cross the shallows. Map. Cross. The lagoon has a certain quality of sacred
Unfortunately,
tranquility.
I
Reeds
don't-
whisper in
we
the spring
should have
breeze.
buried those
Deflected by the
bodies,
scattered
but,
pines, the harsh winds
If
travel
we're going
elsewhere.
to be living here for a while, we definitely need to bury those bodies and offer some kind of parting words for them.
Cross the shallows. Button. Cross the shallows. Something is moving through the reeds on the other side.
Oh.
A wild dog emerges. Growling, it runs towards you across the shallows.
Listen, you put your hind legs down. You don't growl at me. Okay, so looks like we got a little encounter. So let's go ahead and roll for initiative. All right, so kind of doggo. And we've got the nice like tambourines and you know the little clashy thing that you have like on a drum set playing, and we've got a little upbeat music. I like it. I like it. We've got it's nice. It's like wakes me up here a little bit. We got a little combat action here.
Fight button.
All right, so I can fight him.
Character tab. Inventory tab has update or unread item.
So what's great is I can still, before I fight this little doggo or whoever I decide to fight, looks like I can still go through my inventory and get everything ready. So that's great because if you don't have your health at 100%, you can quickly jump into your inventory and drop a little whatever you need to drop.
Quest tab. Notifications 6 button.
So I have 6 notifications. Let's quickly look at that before we start the doggo.
Initiated quest shipwrecked. Gained rusty bread knife. Gold plus 13. Gained large fur boots. Gained black silk tunic. Gained shuttle. Notifications.
Okay.
0. Dim.
Looks like
button.
I gained some armor. What we need to do is, before we fight this doggo, let's put on this outfit that we just got. Because that might offer us some protection.
Inventory tab has
This
update or
doggo
unread
looks
item.
a little bit hungry.
Character tab. Inventory tab has update or unread item.
Let's go ahead and
inventory
open up
tab
our inventory.
has rusty bread knife equipped.
Okay, so we've got the rusty bread knife equipped. Let's go find the armor.
Weapon 1. Armor 2. 2 new. Collapsed.
Let's go ahead and open it
Armor
up.
2. Black silk tunic new.
Black silk tunic. Oh, very pretty.
Large fur boots new. Black silk tunic new. Black silk tunic. Quite expensive, yet discreet.
Ooh.
The hallmark of true sophistication.
I am sophisticated. Well, let's go ahead and
Stats. Heading. Open hell text for item stats. Button.
encumbrance is probably what it's going to say.
When equipped. Heading.
Okay, so that's another term, when equipped, so it's going to give us a preview.
Open hell text for when equipped. Button.
Okay, when equipped, let's see what it says.
Open hell text for when equipped. Efficiency. Weapons and heavy armor with high encumbrance will affect your ability to be effective in combat.
Okay.
Increased strength will mitigate the effect and make you more efficient.
Okay.
Close. Button.
Didn't tell us
Close.
anything new.
Close inventory tab. Equip. Button. 1. Encumbrance. 3. Armor.
Okay, so you're going to swipe back to the left to get the system. As you touch the screen, depending on where your finger lands at, I'm going to say go from the center of the screen. If you swipe back left, you're going to get the amount of armor. Now, what I like about this system is that it tells me how much armor I get. I'm assuming the higher the number, the more armor. But you're also going to get information about encumbrance and uses. So you've got 3 different things working there. So we got durability, we've got encumbrance, and we've also got statistics that tell us how much armor we're putting on.
Plus 150%.
So that tells me we get 150% from this piece of equipment.
Protection. Body.
And that's its protection. And it also tells us what part of our body it protects us.
Slot. Open hell text for when equipped. Button. Slot. Body. Protection. Plus 100. Armor. 3. Encumbrance. 1. Equip.
The
Button.
encumbrance is 1 only.
Black silk tunic. Equip. Button.
Let's go ahead and
Unequip.
equip. Okay, we've got that equipped.
Black silk tunic. Equipped. Large fur boots new.
Let's go ahead and get the boots on.
Large fur boots. Functional, but aesthetically disproportionate.
Ooh. Aesthetically disproportionate. That's not good. What is 1 foot, like 1 boot bigger than the other?
Stats. Heading. Open hell text for item stats. When equipped. Heading. Open hell text for when equipped. Slot. Feet.
Okay, that goes in our feet, obviously.
Protection. Plus 180%.
180%. I don't know if the percentage system I like, but it's got to be there for a reason. I want to say I'm not smarter than the developer. It's there because that's what they saw. There's their vision, and I want to experience their vision because I haven't seen the 100% system in a long time. The percentile system. I don't know what that's really going to mean, but it feels so delicious. So let's stop our inner voice, calm your inner critic, and enjoy the percentage increase.
Black silk tunic. Equip. Large fur boots. Weapon. 1. Armor. 2. Weapon. 1. Large fur boots.
Okay.
Black silk tunic. Large fur boots.
Let's see.
Large fur boots.
Here.
Weapon. 1. Large fur boots. Equip. Button.
Okay, I'm having...
4. Encumbrance.
Okay, wow, a lot of encumbrance.
9. Armor.
It's got 9 armor? Wow. Well, that's really good.
Plus 180%.
Okay, let's go ahead and get it.
Armor. 80%. 9. Encumbrance. 4. Equip. Button. Unequip.
Okay, got that equipped. Now, is there anything else that we got? Because I just been grabbing stuff as I've been chit-chatting.
Black silk tunic. Large fur boot. Weapon. 1. Collapse.
Okay, we still just got a butter knife.
Armor. 2.
None of this
Expanded.
armor is going to matter with just a butter knife.
Food. 0. Medicine. 0. Tool. 1. 1 new. Collapse.
Okay, we don't think the tool is going to matter, is it?
Treasure. 1. Collapse. Scripture. 0. Collapse.
Okay, scriptures are what I would call lore. I've played with that a little bit. So if we find a book, or we find note items, we'll have that. So just to explain that.
Character tab. Close inventory tab.
Okay.
Inventory tab.
All right, doggo. I know, you're like standing there patiently, ready to bite. And I'm sitting here looking at my inventory. That's a trope for RPGs. I get to look at my inventory while you patiently pant and drool and growl at me and say, come on, I'm ready to fight already. It's an RPG, so you need to hold your horses or hold your doggies.
Quest tab has update or unread item. Notifications 0. Something is moving through the reads on the fight. Button.
Okay.
Character tab. Fight.
Let's go ahead and
Button.
fight.
Fight. Wild dog.
Now, the thing is, this is an active battle system, just in case
Attack ready.
you know. So,
Wild
when your
dog.
attack is ready, you're going to have to double tap. So that's when you got to be careful. They make you move. When you fight, you got to move. Ooh, he bit me.
Enemy health 8 of 8.
The enemy's health is 8 of 8.
Enemy health 8 of 8. Wild dog. Wild dog.
Wild dog.
Enemy health 8 of 8. Your health 23 of 24.
I've got 23 or 24.
Attack.
Okay, so when your attack
Busy.
comes up, just go ahead and double tap it.
Attack ready.
And
Attack.
it's going to
Attack.
alert you
Busy.
when your attack is ready.
You. -1. Attack ready. Attack.
I love that.
Attack. Busy.
Now it's going to say busy when you can't
Attack
use
ready.
it.
Attack. Attack. Busy.
All right, doggo. You know, I don't want to hurt you.
Attack ready.
But
Attack.
you
Attack.
have attacked
Busy.
me. And I
You.
don't have any
-1.
defense.
Attack ready.
So
Attack.
I don't want to do this, but
Attack.
you know what? You're being very, very mean.
Whimpering. The wild dog collapses. Slowly, the carcass starts to drift into the lagoon.
But I need that. I might have to... Listen, I'm not going to kill things if I'm not going to put it to repurpose. So I'm going to have to eat that little doggo. I'm not trying to waste the things that I have. That might be the only meal I get. So it's not an option, looks like, but I am going to go catch that doggo. Perhaps it'll be meat that we have to eat. I'm not here to waste things. That might be the only meal we have over the next few days.
Cross the shallows. Button. Character tab. Cross. Whimpering. The wild dog cross the shallows. Button.
Oh, I'm sorry, doggo.
Whimpering. Cross the character tab. Cross the shallows.
Let's go ahead and
Button.
cross the shadows and move on.
Cross the shallows. Study the footprints. Tucked away in lush vegetation, a small shack lies on the outskirts of a deep forest. You discover a fresh set of footprints on a dirt path nearby, leading into the northern forest.
The delicate footprints, perhaps, again? I'm dying to know who makes such dainty footprints on the sand of this deserted island.
Study the footprints. Button.
Let's study it. See if they're the same.
Study the footprints. They match the footprints from the beach, as far as you can tell.
Mysterious footprint person. Why are you hiding from me?
Follow the footprints. Approach the shack. Button.
Let's go ahead and approach the shack. I'm always interested in
Approach the shack.
structures.
The front door has been left slightly ajar. Partially broken. It may have been opened by force.
Seems it's so.
Enter the shack.
Let's
Button.
go ahead and go inside. I know. This is breaking and entering. I apologize.
Enter the shack. Someone has been here quite recently. A pile of bloody bandages have been discarded on the work table in front of you.
Somebody's been
There's
hurt.
also a hunting knife on the table, along with a pouch of assorted food rations. Facing the northern forest, there's a small window next to a ladder.
Well, we're going to have to take advantage. I know. We are now stealing. Yes, I know.
Previous. The front door has been left slightly. Someone has been here. Previous. Take the food. Button.
Let's go ahead.
Take the food.
Take the food.
Peer through the window. Take the hunting knife. Button. Take the
And
hunting
we'll
knife.
take the hunting
Go
knife.
outside. Button. Climb the ladder. Button.
Oh, there's a ladder to climb here.
Go outside. Climb the ladder. Button. Climb the ladder. Used. There's a loft up here.
It's
Covered by
nice up
dust and
here.
cobwebs.
I could
An
live
old book
here.
lies next to a moldy mattress.
I mean, clean up the blood. Get some security, perhaps. Dust it a little bit. It's a little smelly. It's a little dusty. It's a little dirty. But this is a reasonably built structure.
Grab the book. Button. There's a loft up here. Covered by dust and cobwebs. An old
Yeah.
book lies next to a moldy mattress.
A moldy mattress. Well, listen. Anything's possible. A mattress is better than sleeping on sand. I'm willing to sleep on a moldy mattress if I have to. I am also willing to clean up all these disgusting cobwebs. This is not an unusable place. It's really funny in RPGs where you're sleeping outside and you come to this rundown shed and it's like, oh, this is even worse. No, this is even better. I can fix this place up.
Grab the book. Button.
Oh, there's a book. Let's go ahead and grab that.
Grab the book.
All right.
Aside from the moldy mattress, the loft is empty.
Okay, there's nothing in a loft. I love having a loft. A loft is so nice.
Climb back down.
Let's go ahead
Button.
and climb down.
Climb back down.
I'll be back,
Used.
loft. This is
This
maybe
place
where
reeks
we're
of
going
mold
to
and
live.
ancient dust.
Well, there's a lot of dust, but that's not a problem. A dog trying to eat us is a problem.
Peer through the window. Button.
Let's go ahead and peer through the window.
Peer through the window. Used. You catch a glimpse of a strange individual. Dressed in a green cloak and armed with a spear, the young man disappears into the forest.
A young man disappearing into the forest. Well, he doesn't seem to be hostile because he certainly could have snuck up behind me and attacked. Maybe he is curious? Is he the mysterious, delicate-footed person?
Peer through the window. Used. Button. Go outside. Climb the ladder. Used.
First, let's
Button.
go ahead and look at our hunting knife.
Inventory tab. Has update or unread item. Inventory tab. Has up bronze hunting knife new.
Ooh, bronze hunting knife.
Rusty bread knife. Equipped.
Okay, we're going to get this bronze. We're going to put you a butter knife for butter. You're going to be used for bread now. We're going to get ourselves a real knife.
Weapon. 2. 1 new. Expanded. Armor. 2. Weapon. 2. Rusty bread knife. Bronze hunting knife new.
Let's go ahead and
Bronze
double
hunting
tap.
knife.
So
A
whenever you get a
formidable
new
weapon,
item,
although its jagged edges
it's
have
no
grown
button
somewhat
on
dull
it.
from frequent
You're
use.
going to have to double tap it. I think of it as the item is just loose in our inventory. We picked it up, but you don't get a button attached to it until you double tap it. So I'd actually like to see a button put on those. That would be much better because then I wouldn't have to think, right? So let's see.
Stats. Heading.
Okay.
Open help text for item stats. Button.
Nope, I don't. Oh, help text. Okay, I finally figured out what this is.
When equipped. Heading.
Okay.
Open help text for when slot. Main hand.
Main hand. So that's another thing. So we have a main hand and an off hand because I think at a certain point, as I recall from a little bit of the tutorial, we can have shields. So a shield, excuse me.
Melee damage. Plus 91%.
Wow, plus 91% melee damage. Okay, so this is where the percentage comes in. So that's going to give me idea of how much an improvement from the weapon I have. So that's 93% improvement. That's great.
Damage 2 to 3.
Damage 2 to 3, great.
Encumbrance 1.
It's just 1 encumbrance, same weight as the bread knife. So let's go ahead and put this one on.
Replaces rusty bread knife.
Correct.
Equip button.
Yes.
Unequip.
Let's go ahead and replace the rusty bread knife. You know, I really shouldn't be eating with a rusty bread knife. It sounds like I could harm myself.
Bronze hunting knife. Equipped.
Okay.
Rusty bread knife. Weapon 2. Expand. Armor 2. Collapsed.
Got it.
Food 3.
I've
3
got
new.
3
Collapsed.
food. Let's go ahead and see what food we've got.
3. 3. Pear 2. New.
Oh, I've got some pears.
Red apple new.
I've got a red apple.
Strawberry 12. New.
And 12 strawberries. Yum. How did you guys know I'm in a strawberry mood right now? I really love strawberries. I love pears though.
Weapon 2. Strawberry 12.
Let's
New.
go ahead and...
Strawberry 12. Berry. Restores a small amount of health.
Okay. So maybe we'll eat a strawberry.
Strawberry. Gold. Level 1. Health points 21 of 24.
Okay, I've got only 3 health points lost. So I'm assuming these strawberries probably increase my health by 1. And as I recall from the previous quick playthrough, it was. And it's just obvious, RPG speak, the weakest item is going to regain me the smallest amount of hit points. So we're going to go ahead and eat a couple of these strawberries.
Level 1. Gold. 13. Strawberry. Berry. Restores a small... Stats. Heading.
Stats heading.
Open help text for item stats.
So there's
button.
Help text. So I'm not going to bother.
Uses. 1.
Okay, it only has 1 use.
Consume. Button.
Let's go ahead and consume.
Consume.
Yum.
Consume.
Let's get 1 more, and let's go up to full health.
News. Consume.
All right. We are now at full health.
Berry. Restores a small amount of... Stats. Open help text for... Uses. 1. Consume. Medicine. 0. Tool. 1. Close inventory tab.
And if you swing your finger down near the center of the bottom of the screen, you can find a close button, which makes it easy to just...
Inventory tab.
I'm sure you could just do that Z motion also and close it. I'll have to experiment and see if that works.
Go outside. Button.
All right.
Peer through the window.
I've
Use.
already peered
Button.
through the window. I really love this use thing. I really, really love it. That makes it so much better than, you know, there's that RPG mentality where you do everything 100 times in a row. But by them telling me it's used. Now that would be really tricky if they did put a secret element in the game. And please, developers, do not do that. Please don't torture me this way. Because then you're going to make me get RPG mentality and go double do everything. So, and that's what you used to do in the old games. You do it once, twice, 1,000 times, and sometimes you discover something weird. That's just the old days, and I love it. The good days, I call them. Let's see. Let us go outside.
Go outside. Button. Climb the ladder. Used.
This
Button.
is my house, though.
Go outside. Button. Go outside. When you open the door, you notice a wild dog lurking outside. It's
No,
growling,
you
yet
did
keeps its
not
distance,
come back.
perhaps anticipating your next move.
Did I not kill you? And you floated away into the lagoon? Oh, somebody's raising wild doggos on this island. Okay. See, now, the first time, that was on me. I treaded on your territory. Now, the second time, doggo, this is on you. You're asking for this.
Attack. Button. Ignore the dog. Attack.
Ignore
button.
the dog? How do you ignore a vicious dog? Okay.
Ignore the dog and walk away. Button. Attack. Button.
You know what? See, my bloodthirstiness, I'm going to attack.
Attack. Gray dog.
Oh, a gray dog. Oh, no.
Attack ready. Gray dog. Gray dog.
Gray dog.
Your health 22 of 20. Cut. Dimmed. Attack. Cut. Attack. Cut.
Okay, I
Dimmed.
have a special move.
Cut.
I can make
Dimmed.
them bleed. Looks like. Cut.
Attack. Attack.
And I have attack actions, which I'll talk about.
Attack ready. Attack.
Okay.
Attack. Busy.
All right.
Cut. Dimmed.
So the cut
You.
dims
Attack ready.
once you've used it.
Cut. Dimmed. Attack. You.
And
Attack.
you do have to
Busy.
move to the attack button to activate it.
Attack ready. Attack.
Okay.
Attack. Busy.
All right.
You.
cut work?
-1. Attack ready. Cut. Cut. You. Target. Bleed target. Bleed -1.
Ooh, so it's bleeding him.
Attack. Attack.
So
Busy.
that's great. I could put a bleed.
You. -1. Attack ready. Attack. Busy.
Okay. Attack. Let's go.
You. -1. Attack ready. Attack. Attack. Busy. You. -1 critical.
Whoa.
Attack ready. Attack. Attack. You. -1. Cut.
Let's go ahead and cut him again.
Target. You. Target. Attack. Attack. Busy. Cut. Cut. Dim. Target. Attack ready. Cut. Dim. Cut. You have slain the wild dog. The animal lies on the ground, bleeding and twitching.
Oh no, doggo. No. The sadness is real. Another corpse of a dog. I am a murderer. I'm sorry. Well, I did not want to kill you, and yes, I had the option, but I feel like I didn't want to teach you to threaten other humans walking around. And yes, this could be your island, and I apologize for taking over your island. But you doggos, you cannot just come up and threaten me. I'm stuck here. I'll leave your island. I'm ready to go back. I've got some treasure. I don't have much gold, but I can, do whatever and get a job. But I need to get across the sea. So for now, if you doggos want to insist on trying to kill me, then I'm going to have to defend myself.
Previous. When you... Gold. 13. Previous. You have slain the wild dog. The animal lies on the ground, bleeding and twitching. Move on. Button. Character tab. Move on.
All right,
Button.
I'm going to move on.
Move on.
And
You're standing in front of the abandoned shack near the northern forest.
Okay, so
It's
I'm in
quiet
front of
out
the
here.
shack.
For now. A fresh
All
set
right.
of footprints are visible on the forest path.
Oh, there are a fresh set of footprints. It could be our mysterious, delicately footed man with a spear.
Follow the footprints. Button.
Excuse me. So, what I think we need to do is make sure our health is reasonable.
You're standing in front. Previous. Gold. 13. Level. 2. Health point 17 of 32.
Okay, so we lost a little. We got 17 of 32 health. Looks like I need some tea.
Careful, it's right on the floor.
Got it. Thank you.
How is it?
Good. Very good. All right, so let's see. So
You're standing in front of the abandoned shack near the northern forest.
ooh,
It's
man.
quiet out here. For now. A fresh set of footprints are visible on the forest path.
So now what we're gonna do is
Follow the footprints. Take a look behind the shack. Button.
let's go ahead and look behind the shack, and then
Revisit the grave behind the shack. There's an old grave behind the shack, marked by a
Ooh.
simple wooden board.
there's an old grave behind the shack. Are we going to break another wall and desecrate this grave? I believe so.
Look at the grave marker. Button.
Let's go ahead and see what it is. So let's at least pay respect to whoever was here.
Look at the grave marker. Used. Slightly askew. The wooden grave marker is surrounded by weeds and sunflowers.
Have
The
a really
inscriptions
dry
are no
throat.
longer legible.
Apologize.
Look at the grave marker. Used. Button.
Okay.
Dig up the grave. Button.
We are going to dig up the grave, so I'm sorry.
Dig up the grave. You grab your shovel and start digging. It's hard work, but after a while you finally unearth a wooden casket, large enough to contain a person of average size.
Oh, a person of average size.
Open the casket.
Let's
Button.
open it up.
Open the casket. You remove the lid, exposing the skeletal remains of a dead human.
Oh, God. Sad.
Examine the bones. Button.
We're going to examine your bones. I'm sorry.
Examine the bones.
I'm
The
a
arms
ro-
have been folded around a rusty metal box, kept close to the chest.
I'm going to steal
Old and
your
brittle. The ribcage
keepsake
has
in
crumbled
your
beneath the
tomb.
mysterious container.
I'm going to take it. Sorry.
Open the box. Button. Open the box. The bones fall apart when you grab the rusty box. You find a bronze mallet and some coins inside.
Ooh, a bronze mallet.
Wipe the sweat from your brow. Button. Wipe the sweat from your brow.
I'm
The
sweating.
grave in front of you has been plundered.
I'm sorry.
Look at the grave marker. Button.
Let's go ahead and look at the grave.
Look at the grave marker. Used. Slightly askew. The wooden grave marker is surrounded by weeds and sunflowers. The inscriptions are no longer legible. Look at the grave mark. Leave it alone. Character tab. Has. Inventory tab. Has update or on. Character tab. Leave it alone. Button. Look at the grave marker. Used. Button. Leave it alone. Character tab. Has update or unread item.
Okay, let's see if we got the mallet.
Inventory tab. Has update or unread. Inventory tab. Has up. Bronze hunting knife. Equip. Bronze mallet. Bronze hunting knife. Bronze mallet new.
Okay, so we do have a bronze mallet. Wow, that's going to be a big upgrade. Hopefully this thing does a lot more damage because that doggo almost put us down. The gray doggo is a little stronger than the first doggo.
Rusty bread knife. Weapon. Rusty bread. Bronze mallet new. Bronze mallet. A large-headed hammer with a wooden handle. This tool of creation and destruction was stolen from the grave of a nameless island dweller.
Ooh, it was stolen. So everything here is wrapped in mysteries. People are stealing things and being buried with the things they've stolen. Bodies are disintegrating when we remove items from them as if they were cursed. So there are so many mysteries that we haven't figured out.
Bronze mallet. Combat action. Slam.
Ooh, slam. That's good.
Gold. 25. Level 2.
All right, we also leveled up. We're now level 2, so congrats.
Gold. Combat action. Slam. Bronze mallet. A large-headed hammer with a wooden. Stats. Heading.
Let's go ahead and put it on.
Open held text for item stats. When equipped. Heading. Open held text for when equipped. Button. Slot. Main hand.
It's going to fit in our main hand, so that means our dagger will have to go somewhere else.
Efficiency. 0.923076923076923 of 1.
Okay, I don't know what that means. It gave me this really long number for efficiency. I hope that's not a decimal percentage that I need to understand. That could be some very nuanced gameplay.
Damage. 1 to 7.
Ooh, 1 to 7 damage. Well, this is a huge swing of damage. So this thing either hits like a truck, or it's a ding, 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 ding. Yeah, right? So this hammer, Sweetie Belle, hits like 1, or it does 7. And I'm wondering how efficient that is. I'll have to do the math on that one. I'm going to put it on, though. Let's see how it works.
Melee damage. Plus 45%.
Well, it's going to give me a little bit more melee damage, plus 45%.
Encumbrance. 2.
But it is a little heavier. Encumbrance of 2.
Replaces bronze hunting knife.
Yes, let's go ahead and replace, long as I don't drop the bronze hunting knife, because I might need to minimax here a bit and have both of them ready to go. Perhaps one of you could fit in my offhand? I don't see why I can't dual wield. I don't have a backpack, though I am carrying inventory with no pockets. I love RPGs for that. Doing things that don't make sense. See?
Equip. Button. Unequip.
All right. We've got that equipped. So, we're just about going to wrap up for now. I'm going to make sure that all these things that I'm recording are even going to be something that I can make a video out of. But I'm liking this game a whole lot. If you played it before, you have some comments or anything like that, feel free to leave those in the comments. Leave your comments in the comments. And also your suggestions. And if you are liking what I'm doing here and you're new to blind gaming and fully accessible gaming, and you're new to hearing my voice and you want to know what this is all about, I do videos for those who are blind. I am blind and blind positive and blind proud. And I love games. I've been doing it since I was a kid playing Pong and Atari 2600. And again, I am Michael Gray, known as NDG. And you can follow me on Facebook at Mike NDG. And I haven't created a Facebook page yet for some of these accessible games. I'm thinking about doing it. We need an all-game Facebook group that just talks about games. And I might have to create one myself, though. I'm terrible at Facebook, though. Don't tell anybody. All right. Anyway, so I'm going to leave it here. We've been playing Untold, and it's very, very symbolic, and it is very accurate. There are so many untold stories within this game. So I will continue to play and see how much more we can discover. And I hope that some of the tutorial elements that I've offered have been useful. If you do have questions, please leave them in the comments. And thank you very much again. I love doing this. I love reviewing games. I love playing through and doing walkthroughs. I love games with music and sound because I really don't feel like if it's a blind game, it shouldn't have any sound. I want sound. And this beautiful background music is amazing. If it doesn't work for you, by the way, you can turn it off. But I almost always have to have sound in background. I miss that. But this is a great game, and I hope you enjoy it. Download, support this developer. I don't know if this game has a price or if it's free. I don't remember. It's 100% worth it if it does have a small price tag. I would definitely still just do it. I mean, I don't think a couple of dollars or 10, it's going to persuade me it's going to dissuade me from purchasing a game like this. I mean, I purchase every game that's fully accessible, and then if it turns out to be something I'm not into, then I am happy to support the developers of it because of the work that they do. It is so important. So it means so much to me. And the little I give, if that helps, great. I'm going to give. So I will see you next time on Untold. This is NDG, Michael Gray. Take care.
Untold. Double tap to open. Use 3D touch. Home Quest. Netflix. Double Netflix. Double Home Quest. 10:38 p.m.